Hey guys, welcome to this week's team call. It is September the 1st, so we are in a brand new month, and I am super excited because a lot of you guys were pushing for Success Club this last month, and whether you made it or you didn't, it's okay. It's a brand new month, so whatever you did last month is going to help you even more this month, and it's only going to better help you to get there and reach your goals for this month. So tonight I really wanted to talk about how to strategize your month. With it being the first of the month, I think that this is a really great time to do this. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do every month to make sure that I do have a successful month. And that way that you guys can also be successful every month as well and kind of plan ahead. Because if you're planning ahead, then you're planning not to fail. And it's just like with your health and fitness, it goes the same for your business as well. So I actually do have a slideshow, and I'm sorry if you can't see the slideshow, but I am recording this. So if you are able to go back and look at it, I highly suggest it. Or if you're able to take notes, go ahead and do that. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so getting into this. So how do you strategize your month for success? And I'll just kind of go right into it. It shouldn't be very long. I got to move this out of the way. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so aim higher. So you definitely want to aim higher than what you need to be to reach your goal. And the reason I say this is because your goal should make you a little bit uncomfortable. It should kind of push you out of your comfort zone, because if you're staying comfortable, you're not growing in this business and you're not growing yourself. So your goals should make you a little uncomfortable. It should make you want to get out of bed in the morning, get things done to reach your goal. If you're comfortable, you're less likely to, aim for higher goals and actually do the work that needs to be done every day. And then, of course, the higher that you aim and take action, the closer you're going to reach your goal every time. So say I make a goal. I'd shared earlier today that I made a goal for this month to hit Success Club 40, and that's between both mine and my husband's account because I run his as well. So if I'm aiming for 40, even if I miss it, I'm going to hit maybe 10 Success Club 10 for my account, and then maybe Success Club 5 for his account, or maybe Success Club 10 for his account. Either way, I'm still reaching a higher goal because I aimed really high to begin with. So if I hit, even Success Club 10 for both accounts, that means that I'm going to get leads next month on both accounts. So even doing that and say I miss it, no big deal. I'm just going to keep aiming higher because it's going to help me to push that much harder. And of course, success loves speed. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, but someone who comes into the business and they hit it off right off the bat and they're making Success Club and they are helping a lot of people, they're growing their team. People love that, and success loves speed. So when people notice that, they also want to follow suit. Now, if you aren't hitting it, and going very fast at the beginning, that's okay too. You can still build momentum. And it's very easy to do that when you're talking to people consistently every day and doing the 4 vitals. That's how you build momentum in this business. The more people you help, the more people you have a greater influence on the people around you. And then, you become more successful because it compounds over time. So just like, if you reach out to 5 people a day, and then by the end of that week, 5 people a day, you are reaching out to like 35 different people. So that compounds over time, and imagine in a whole month how many people that would be. So of course, if you aim small, you're going to come up short. So if you were like last month, thinking about last month, if you were aiming for Success Club 5, you probably came up short. You either didn't make it or you only had a couple points on the board. And that's why I say to aim higher, because if you aim for Success Club 5, most of the time you won't reach it. You have to aim for Success Club 10, usually to make Success Club 5, or so on and so forth. So definitely aim higher. That's my biggest tip for that. And then it also comes back to knowing your why. Know what you are working towards, because that's going to drive you when things are hard, and those days that you're tired, you don't want to do anything, you have to kind of push yourself to do it. You have to know what you're working towards in order to do that. I posted, I think it was yesterday, that I was like, I don't really feel like working out. We had been outside all day. I was like, I'm tired, I'm sunburned, I don't feel good. But I knew I needed to work out anyways, regardless if I wanted to or not, because I have my own goals that I want to achieve. And it creates discipline. And disciplining yourself to do that every day, even though you don't want to, it will become habit over time. So knowing your why and digging deeper with your why. And what I mean by that is just, when you're like, oh, I want to make X amount of money. Say I want $500 extra a month. Well, why do you want that? What is that going to help you to do? Is that going to help you pay for extra groceries? Is that going to help you pay for your phone? Is that going to help you pay off credit cards? Why do you want that amount of money a month, or whatever the reason may be? Not everyone is for money. Maybe it's for other things that you need or want in life. So definitely dig deeper with your why until you can't answer that question anymore. Just keep asking yourself, well, why do I want to do that? Or why do I need to achieve that? And then after you know that, and write it down, because you need to post it anywhere that you're going to see it, so that it reminds you of it every day. Seeing is believing. So if you see it every day, you're going to have that in the back of your mind being like, okay, I need to do this because of this. And it's going to keep that drive in you, along with personal development, of course. That's going to keep you motivated as well. Let's see. And then determine what your goals are to achieve your why. So if you have a piece of pen and paper, I would write these down or listen to the recording to do this. But you need to know, how many people are you going to help this month? How many people are you going to help in order to achieve Success Club? But it is about the number of people that you are helping. So say you want to hit Success Club 10, you need to help 5 people this month, right? So you need to determine how many people you're going to help. And then from there, how many people are you going to need to talk to every day in order to achieve that goal? So when you know the number, say I want to help, 5 people this month, I'm going to say 10. Say I'm going to help 10 people this month. Usually the amount of people that you sign up is about 10 to 20% that will actually get started out of the number of people that you talk to. So if I want to help 10 people, I need to multiply that by 10. Say, that's 10% of 100. So I need to talk to at least 100 people in order for 10 people to get started. So then divide that by how many days are in the month, which is 30, which I can't think of what that is right now, like 33, 30 days, 10 people. I can't think of what the math problem is, but that will help you to determine how many people you need to talk to every day in order to achieve that. And then if you're looking to rank advance, so if you're looking to rank advance this month or any month, this is for any month, you need to determine what date that you want to achieve that by and what you need to do in order to reach that rank advancement by that date. And then let's see, how many hours are you willing to work your business per week? Now I say this because you need to know how much you're willing to work, and maybe you already have a crazy busy schedule, as I know most of you do. You need to at least dedicate an hour every day to your business if you want this to grow, because the more you grow the business and do this at least one hour every day, then as time goes on and you're building your business, you'll be able to spend more time on it because you won't have to work as much as you're at your job if you choose not to. And not only that, if you dedicate certain hours of the day to do your business, you're more likely to get it done and set those hours. You know, say I want to get up at, you know, spend a half hour before work that I have to go to work, and then a half hour when I get home or on my lunch break. You can do that. You can split it up if you need to. But like for me, I like to get up no later than 8 o'clock every morning, sometimes earlier, and work at least an hour in the morning to message people and write them back and let them know that I'm thinking of them, or inviting them and sharing with them and responding. So I know that I'm spending at least that hour in the morning when I'm less distracted to help those people and to reach out to people. And then also, what are you willing to give up in order to make it happen? So what I mean by this is, like, a lot of the times we have a lot of distractions. We could be spending a lot of time on TV or games, or you know, time out with friends, date nights, things like that. You know, what are you willing to give up in order to make it happen? Maybe it's time to go out on the weekends, or maybe it's TV time that you sit down to relax, so that you can dedicate that extra time towards your business and towards working out and eating healthy, things that you need to do in order to keep growing. And then, okay, so I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time on this, and I hope you can see it okay. I just took this picture, and this is of this month. So if you have any questions, let me know, of course. But this is what my month looks like. And now not everything is on there, but this kind of gives you an idea of what I want to do for this month. So for me, if you see on Thursday, which is the first today, I had started an Emerald push group for anyone that was looking to go Emerald. And then I sent out my newsletter today to anyone who I had emails from, so that I am sharing, you know, basically the newsletter is a recipe. I'm sure you guys all got it as well. I think I sent it to all of my coaches and my team. There's recipe, a tip from me, you know, how to reach goals and things like that. And then also something that's upcoming, like my upcoming group. So I will, I sent that out today. But then I also have, so I write down all of the groups that I have for this month and things that I need to do. So for me, I have a Kickstart Your Business training starting on the 5th of September. The Health Bet group is starting on the 5th as well. And then, as you can see there on the 5th, I also want to reach Success Club 5 and personally sponsor 2 coaches by the 5th of the month. And I've broke that down all through the month. So I don't know, I'll spend a little bit more time here. Or like rank advancements, I put those on Thursdays because that's when the back office updates. So I want my diamond back by the 8th. I want to make my dad's account Emerald by the 8th. Another group, yoga retreat, newsletter for the 2nd newsletter, a workout video I want to post on Wednesdays, and then open house at the end of the month and things like that. So that's kind of how I break it down. I hope that helps a little bit. But I highly suggest, you know, even if you don't have a dry erase board like I do, take on your phone and look at a calendar and write down the days that your next group is going to start, when you want to rank advance, when you want to hit Success Club points throughout the month. Like I want to hit Success Club 5 by the 5th, Success Club 10 by the 10th, the 5th Success Club 15 by the 15th. So every 5 days I want to add 5 points and help 3 people roughly. So that's how I break it down, and I'll get more into that here. So when is your next challenge group? You need to at least pick a date, usually starting on a Monday, and when, you know, start talking to people at least 2 weeks before the start date. So like my next group is starting on the 12th for the yoga retreat. And that's like 2 weeks from, well, less than 2 weeks now, but it'll be a week from this coming Monday on the 5th. So I'm going to be talking to people all the way up until it starts, the day of even, and help people get started with that. So you need to pick a date at least 2 weeks out. You can pick a date even a month out to start inviting people. But the reason you want to set a date, it gives people a sense of urgency, so that they don't miss out on your group and that they do join in time for them to get started. So if I were to run, like, I have an ongoing challenge group, but I'll say that I have a new phase of that challenge group starting, which would be like, the 12th, or it would be the 19th of this month, or things like that. So I usually try and do the second Monday of every month. That way, if I set that date for the second Monday of that month, then I can try and make it a goal to help 3 people before that second Monday. And that puts me in Success Club before the 15th, usually, is when that date falls on. So it kind of helps to do that. Let's see. And then, of course, share about it on your main social media outlet and your excitement for it. So people want you to be excited about your groups, whether you have 0 people joining or you have 1 person joining that group. Be excited about it. People want to know that you're excited about this group, whether or not you have anyone joining you yet. I know my first group kind of flopped, but over time doing it and posting my excitement about it and wanting to help people for this group, people started wanting to be a part of it and wondering more about it and asking me questions about it. So I would share it on my personal Facebook page, and I'd be like, I'm starting this group and I can't wait to help everyone who's joining me on such and such date. We're going to be working towards, being the best version of ourselves, or getting fit during fall, or whatever the theme of your group is. I have another video on how to run challenge groups, so I can share that in the team page if you would like. It's been a while since I've done a video, so it's kind of old, but it has great content on how to run your own group, and I think that it would really benefit. I don't mind if you add people to my groups, but I think that if you want to stand out and grow this business, you need to run your own challenge groups, because it's going to make you a better leader over time. So definitely set a date for a challenge group, at least 2 weeks out, and start posting about it, saying, I can't wait to start on this date, and asking people to join you, basically. And then share, don't sell. Oh, I went too far. Go back one. Okay, so with this, talk as if when you are posting and sharing about a group, talk as if you're talking to one person. You don't need to talk to a whole audience and be like, I want all of you to join me, or whatever. Just talk as if you're talking to one person that really wants to start but are so on the fence about it. That's the kind of person that you want to talk to when you're posting, because if they're hesitant about it, I'm sure someone else is as well. So questions to ask yourself and how to post to answer these. What did you struggle with before, and how are you overcoming it now? So maybe before you started your journey, you struggled with overeating, or maybe you struggled with not eating enough, or maybe you struggled with not being consistent in your workouts, whatever it may be. Share that. People are also struggling with that, whether you know it or not. People are struggling with that too, and they want to know that. This is helping you to overcome that. Another question is, what objection have you had lately that you can answer publicly? So what I mean by this is, if someone tells you that they can't get started due to money, or maybe they are hesitant to try Shakeology, these are things that you can answer publicly. If it's money, you could say, if this pertains to you, or of someone that, this happened to them as well, and they are a coach now, you can share how, they felt the same way when they first started, that they didn't think they could get started because of money, but they know now that it's worth so much more than that, and this is why. and kind of go deeper into that. Or if it was Shakeology, maybe you were hesitant to try Shakeology and you're like worried about the taste or, how it could really help you. You can share that, share how you weren't really sure on it, but now you love it, and this is why. And then another question you can ask yourself is, how much better do you feel now compared to when you first started? So a lot of us felt pretty crappy before we started coaching, right? Or before we started our journey. We were tired, miserable, or you had no energy or whatever it may be. But now how much better do you feel? What has changed since you started your journey? That's what people want to know. They want to know that this is working for you. So you need to be able to share that with others. And then how helpful would it be to share this? So whatever part of your journey that you are on, what you are going through, how helpful would it be for someone that you know, or would it be for someone else that you may not know that they're going through, but they are going through the same exact thing that you are? It would help someone else out. So I'm sure that when you either talk to me or your coach, something about their journey inspired you to get started. Something about them, was helpful when your coach shared that with you. So think about that when you're sharing with people versus selling. We don't really sell. We just share our journeys, share other journeys. So I don't always share my journey, but I'll share, transformation from someone else and part of their journey as well, so that they can connect with me or that person. So what do you do from here? Like I said, take a look at a calendar for this month. Write out everything that is going to take place for you. So all of those questions in the beginning, what goals are you going to achieve? How many people are you going to help? How many Success Club points would that be? Write it all down and then break it up in your month so you know exactly what you need to do every day throughout the month, so that you can better plan ahead. Same for groups. Like I said, plan out at least 2 weeks ahead. Plan out 2 weeks ahead to start posting about it, start inviting people to it, saying that, oh, I'm starting this group on this date and I would love for you to join me. And then after you get your month created, share it in our team page. Share what your goals are for accountability. The best way for you to achieve goals is the accountability. Whether it's in the challenge group or our team page, we're all there to help each other. So if you share that, whether your goals are, because goals are different for everyone that is in the team page. I have talked to some of you about what your goals are specifically, but everyone has a different goal. So share that in the team page so that we can keep you accountable this month, so that we can ensure that you're hitting Success Club or whatever that goal may be. And then of course, take action. So whatever your goals are, whatever you wrote down and whatever you want to be held accountable for, take action on that and start today. If you wait until the end of the month, then you're going to be hustling and trying to talk to all these people, and then you're only going to wish you had started sooner so that you don't stress at the end of the month. That is one of the reasons that I want to hit Success Club 5 by the 5th, or Success Club 10, Success Club 10 by the 10th, is because I want to make sure that I'm in there before halfway through the month so that I don't have to stress about it at the end of the month. And I can better help, my team to hit Success Club and help them with their needs and everything. So I spend most of the beginning of the month making sure I get my business to where it needs to be, and then I spend the rest of my month helping everyone else. So other than that, that was all I had. So I'm going to stop sharing this now. That was all I had. So do you guys have any questions now that I got through that? All right. So if you guys have no questions for me,
I actually do.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, if you don't have friends or family that are like willing to, make that initial purchase, how do you get started, or how do you broach that topic with like complete strangers? Because in person I can sell, but online it's a bit awkward to me, to be honest.
Right. And it's an adjustment. It's something that you get used to over time doing, because you're not used to doing this. I know I wasn't at the beginning. I was like, this is so awkward for me. So with that being said, just if it's a new person, I form with them. So I try and start that initial conversation just to get to know them and just be like, hey, how are you doing? That's all I send, really. And I'm like, hey, how are you doing? If they respond, then, and they say, I'm good, how are you? That kind of thing. Then I'll go into, do they live around me? Do they have kids? Do they have dogs? Things that usually it's, do they have dogs, or, things like that. I'll look at their page to see, but I could ask them what kind of dogs they have. I'll pick things that I can connect with them, and kind of just start a conversation as if we're friends. And then give it a couple of days after that conversation has ended, and then invite them to my next challenge group. But I don't normally just invite to invite. I will try and have some kind of conversation with them prior to that, so I can kind of get to know them better. Because if I'm just inviting to invite, they feel like I'm selling to them, right? You wouldn't want someone randomly to message you and just be like, hey, I'm having this group, join me, without having that initial conversation, just getting to know them. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, that does.
Okay. Yeah, they have a format called form. So when you're forming with someone, you basically, you can talk about, F is for friends and family. So you talk about friends and family, do they live around here? Is their family from around there? Different things like that, or their friends, like what do they do? And then O is occupation. So what do they do for work? R, recreation. What do they do for fun? And then message is the invite. So I kind of go through that a little bit, but I won't say that I get through everything before I invite someone. It just kind of depends on how the conversation goes. But yeah, that's usually what I do. I try and have an initial conversation first. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Sometimes someone will message me and ask me, hey, I saw that you're doing this group, or I saw your post about this. Could I get some more information on that? And then we'll have a conversation. But a lot of the times we have some kind of conversation before that would happen. So other than that, Sadie, do you have any other questions, or Anna? I only have about 6 minutes left on the call.
Nope, this is Anna.
I don't. I have some
questions.
Okay. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and hit stop recording, and I will let you guys go, and I'll post this recording in the team page if you need to see the recording and the slides afterwards. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great night.